Hi, my name is Zanele Hlungwane. A few of you know me as DJ Zix. I'm the founder of Hot Sticks Entertainment, Madhouse Record, and Sopah Academy. That's my picture over there. Quite of a good looking picture. So let's proceed with this before I actually waste more time explaining myself. This is Sopah Academy. At Sopah Academy, we deal with motivations, entrepreneurship, inspiration. So you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, check our blog, email us if you feel like, and if you feel inspired and need more information, and then check the link or share the link, the one we put there for WhatsApp, and then so they can actually get the same information of what you're gonna receive today. The name of the subject today is three minions. Three minions are defined as in three personalities. In three difference of personalities. I'm sorry, qualities and personalities. It's three different personalities with three different people. That's how I put it. That's why I put three people there. I mean three minions. Yes, three minions with different personalities. So I actually like to use shapes, so it's more better than using animations and stuff like that. So actually, the first one will take it as a cycle. The second one can be a square, and the third one can be a triangle, which is good. It's three different personalities of people. So with them, this is what we get. Let's put in for an example. We go in a classroom. These are the three things we get: the front row, the middle row, and the back seat, or the left and the middle row and the left seat, the left, the middle, and the right. So the actual question you ask is, I'll actually define that three minions is a symbol of three different personalities and qualities. So let's continue. Put them there. Great. So we can actually see what we're going to talk about here. The question I actually get most from people is what are the different personalities and qualities? And then personalities and qualities can be anything starting from creativity, self-awareness, strong self-belief, intelligent, maturity, problem-solving skills, communication skills, independency, visionary, self-esteem, focus, and accuracy. Don't forget, these are the things which you came up with when you go to a classroom. You were having them already. You were exploring out there. You were trying to figure out that motto, trying to play with some mud, trying to paint your own pictures and all that. Being yourself, being your true you, being yourself minion. Let's continue. So the first one can be an entrepreneur. The second can be an entrepreneur if they actually given more time to search themselves and find their niche point. The second one can be manager. Also, if they can have the same freedom to do that. The third one can be the technician. These are examples which I'm gonna play around with them so that the subject will be more simple to understand. So from there, what actually happens is that these people now, as you see, the one with the guitar, he's an entrepreneur. He can be a superstar. He can be the Michael Jackson of the world. Can be whatsoever you think of. Maybe the next Tupac or I don't know. I don't want to spell more names of artists which are not sponsored here. And then the second one can be a manager, which means he can manage the artist or the technician. And then the last one is a technician. The technician can be employed by the manager, or they work together with the manager, and then they have the entrepreneur who have the purpose of achieving something on his way. So in the same time, I can actually rephrase that again. The first one can be the superstar of the world. The second one can be the one who's running the best software operating system, SAP, anything which can actually become good in terms of software managing other people's company. The third one can be the next Steve Jobs, creating more technology gadgets and stuff like that, the new iPhones over there. And then the manager can manage that, and the entrepreneur can utilize that platform to actually do something with it in terms of his career. Okay, so the question I get most of the time is, so it's unlimited of what they can actually do and become. And then of course, yes. And then you know what? When we get that, there's something people don't understand. If you become your true you and then focus on what you're actually good at, and you give in time and no one is disturbing you with that, the world, if we have more people, I mean to say, if we have more people who are doing the same thing like that, the world will be filled with people with passion and desire to make a change to the world, and for the world to become a better place. So there we go. They are happy. They have been working together. They achieved their goal. How good is that? Great. If we have millions of that, the world is a better place. Okay, let's go. So here they are. As I said, people are so like that. There they are. So like everyone got their self-awareness, creativity, strong beliefs, and everything with that different shapes. Doesn't matter how they shape, how you look, the shape of your body, the way you walk, the way you dress, doesn't matter. But then we have a problem. People are being forced not to think outside of the box. They're being forced not to think outside of the box. And you'll be like, how are you saying that? Zanele, tell us what's happening here. This is where all our minions' personalities and qualities are being destroyed most of the time. And you're like, what destroys that? I know, like, questions are there. So this is what happens. Let me introduce to you the destruction system. I call it the personal destruction system, which kills our personalities and our qualities. So we put the destructor there. This guy was once a minion, but is no longer more a minion, because if went through the destruction system, then he came out just like that guy. So what causes this? The destruction system can come in a form of the formal education system, can come in a form of the religious belief system, can come in the form of the government political system. So this is what happened. We want to see how they do this. So what happens actually? They don't know how to communicate. As I said on top there, when they speak, you have to jump, or else you get punished. Either you jump, either you don't jump. You get punished. That's what happens on every system. You have seen that at workplace. You have seen that on classroom. The one who works a lot, they don't actually get the real thing. They don't get promotion at workplaces. The one who actually try to read more, sometimes because they hate it or something else, they don't actually pass as much. So this is what happens. How the instructor communicated with the student is like this. Do you know better than me? Are you smarter than me? Do you think you're smarter than me? You are just like your brother or your sister, or you're like your family. You're cursed. We don't understand what's wrong with you guys in your family. You will never become anything in life. You are an idiot. Never get into my class again. And so on and so on. Sometimes they slap you. Sometimes they trash your assignments. Sometimes at work you do the best job and then they go back and criticize what you've done. Okay, great. So the destruction process goes like this. How they communicate destroys all the personalities and qualities. As I explained on the previous one, this is the thing which happens when they're doing that thing, when they're busy dragging you down now and then, saying bad words, talking things like that. This is what happens. When they're talking with you, they're killing your creativity, they're killing your self-awareness, they're killing your strong self-belief, they're killing your level of knowledge, they're killing your maturity level, they're killing your problem-solving skills, because you can actually tell the teacher, say, how can that be that? This is impossible. How does that happen in a biblical way? Did that happen? Did Mary had what with that? Like, I don't want to go into it too much, but then that's what happened actually, and then you're not allowed to critically think in depth and ask the question why. The question why is being killed so far that we're not allowed to actually ask. It's an obligation to ask why now. The communication skills is being destroyed through your independence of how you believe in that system or you don't believe in that system is being killed. You have to actually jump to what you tell you to jump to. You dive to what you tell to dive to. Doesn't matter what's going to happen. Just do what you tell you. This is a thing which maybe is going to make you to become something. They kill your visionary, like your visions. How what you wanted to be, how you view things, how you actually look at in your life for like 10 years, 20 years from now, or 5 years, or 3 weeks, whatsoever, how you put it in that way. They kill that, and which goes hand in hand with the dreams. So okay, what happens? They destruct all that thing behind you, what you're capable of, and everything which you are built up of. They destroy it all. They destroy it all. And then the only thing which is left is like you look like them then. That's what happened. Too bad. I know. Too bad. We have seen this. It's been going through the education system for a long time now. People are doing that. I mean, the teachers and maybe the system, let me say the system, I don't want to put a bad mouth about the teachers and stuff like that. They're helping a lot in our country and in everywhere in the world. We love that. I couldn't be talking now if it wasn't of them, which is great. But then there's something which they do wrong to some people. They can actually hold the pressure, so which means they get distracted to that point. Many of them have been distracted. Many of them have been depressed after that. Many of them, they don't actually know what to do after they finish their graduates, or maybe when they finish the grade 12, they don't even know where to go and look for a job. They've never been taught that. They've never been told what's the next thing. If this doesn't work, take B. If B doesn't work, take C. If C doesn't work, there's 21 letters on an alphabetical manner. So go there and check how many letters are there and calculate how many times can you retry. How many times can you retry to make your point, to make a goal, to make a vision, to become what you wanted to become. So let's go to the next one. So what do they teach? This is very critical, and I get actually this point every time people ask me, what is wrong with the distraction system lessons? I'm like, okay, now you have to listen carefully and clearly, and then I bear in your mind. I will hail on this, so you understand what I mean. What they're teaching is not actually what they do. Like practical in real world, they don't do these things. I don't know what happened, but they don't do it. They just don't do it. I don't understand what's happening. The system it doesn't allow them to do that because they have to jump to the system too. That's why they can actually make you jump to the system too, the way they want it and then the way the system want it. So there's no one who's going to think outside of the box in that manner. So the destructive subject, for an example, can be business studies, economics, and accounting. And we have to check what the instructor is teaching in those subjects. We'll go in details. So actually, what I come up with is this. I'll align it in that way, so we can go per subject, so we can actually define this in a good manner. So when it's business management or business studies, does the person know business communication? I mean, the instructor, not the person. Sorry, the instructor does he know how to communicate in business language or in personal language? To me, I will say no. They don't know how to, because they're actually cursing our children, us. Let me put in us. They actually curse our individual minion qualities and personalities. They slap us for saying that's wrong. So it's wrong. They don't have the business communication of what they're teaching. Like they're teaching you business, but they don't have that thing in themselves. They're not practically doing it. Secondly, does they run any businesses so that we can understand? That's why it teaches us about business. Unfortunately, many of them they don't run business. Majority of them, I can say, not many, majority, they don't run any businesses. So they're actually just teaching you things from a theoretical system which have been designed to work like that and creep people off and taking out of their confidence and then their dreams and the passion and their goals and then the self-esteem and all that. Okay, so is the instructor a good salesman? This goes with a yes and a no. We can say he's a good business person because they've managed to live for a long time, for decades now. The system have been living for a long time. But then, in terms of what they actually are teaching in a form of a classroom or in a form of a box which they don't want you to go out, they're not good. Because at the same time, they're telling you can't be anything in life. How can you actually sell a car to a client or customer, and at the same time you're like, crap, friend, you're not good at driving, like you suck at driving? Do you think your client's going to buy that? Or you're actually selling clothes, they're busy testing the clothes and then coming back with them, and then you're like, my friend, nothing suits you. How are you gonna make sales? Oh, you look ugly. Try something else. And maybe you say that for like 50 times. Do you think you're gonna end up with sales? No sales at all. So they're bad business people. Okay, let's go to accounting. On accounting, They do not have any real estate investment property, like rentals, mortgage, and everything which deals with real estate. I don't want to go deep with that. We'll talk about it later on the next subject, which I'll come up with. The second one, they don't have any paper investments. They just don't have any paper investments, no signed contracts, no partnerships, no nothing. Thirdly, no stocks and commodities investments. So they're not trading. They didn't invest in anything. No gold, no oil, no gold, no oil, no platinum, no diamond, no mines, nothing. No charcoals, nothing in economics, nothing which can actually make the economy run, because they're teaching us economics. There's nothing which they do there. And even offshore investments, they actually didn't actually even invest on other or away or outside of their comfort zone, which is their country. They don't have any investments. And I'm like, oh, that's bad. Accounting, when it goes to accounting, they do not have any practical monthly budget journal. I'm like, okay, this I can actually go deep a little bit with it, because it's more simple, and then it's more simple of the way I explain it. They don't have any monthly budget. The same teacher will be coming with a transport. It's not bad to use a transport, I mean a public transport, but then it's best to have yours, and then we know what you're telling us about our accounting. Or like, if you don't have a monthly budget journal, where do you put your expenditure, your debts? What you have to, where's your money going out? What's bringing in your money? How are you using your money? And then at the end of the month, which one did you spend more money on? They don't have that. Even food thing, sometimes you'll hear a distractor saying, sometimes you have to come with cakes for your beloved one. Oh, distractor will come with it. Will come with it for you. Can see you broke. Thank you. And then secondly, they don't have any balance sheet. Balance sheet is the same thing with a budget sheet, with a budget journal, but then it's different when you go deep into it. They don't actually have that. So there's no schedule of what's happening with the money. They're just spending money recklessly. Or whether resources, let me call it resources. They're spending the resources recklessly. And I'm sorry to say recklessly because it's a bad word. And then number 3, they don't have any accounting system at work working for them. That's what I'm trying to say. For an example, ShopRite does have the system. I'll put ShopRite just like for an example. ShopRite does have a system which works for them. I'm sorry, which actually works for them. Which like, I don't know how many branches they do have, but then every branch can actually submit that thing which goes to one system. In this age, we call it the SAP. SAP is where everything works at, or maybe ERP is where everything is combined there. You know what's happening. You know your monthly budget will be done there. Budget journal will be done there. Balance sheet will be done there. Sales will be done there, and then the workflow of everything will be done there. Inventory, stocks, sales. We know logistics, everything there. They don't have that. So what do we get from there? Did they get all correct or all wrongs? What I see is like all of those 3 subjects, they actually fail them. It's a fail of all of them. So like, okay, great. What's happening next? Let's check what's happening next. This is the real problem. This is the real problem. And then one thing you have to know, we become what we think about most of the time, and that's the strangest secret in the world. So Zanele, why are you saying we become what we think about? Yeah, what you listen to, your radio, your TV. Zanele speaking now. Is it positive or is it negative? If it's positive, it's gonna build you. If it's negative, it's gonna depress you. It's gonna kill you. You're gonna become the destructor too. You're gonna become the destructor. We need you to be a minion. We need you to be yourself. You have to have the fire burning inside you. We need that desire burning fire inside of you. Okay, let's continue from there. So this is a thing with what we listen most. What we listen most, what we think most every day. This is the thing. The brain is like a piece of land or a farm. The farm gives a farmer a chance to plant anything what he wants. But at the end, the farm will return everything what the farmer have planted. But it does not care. I mean, the land doesn't care what you plant. It's up to the farmer to make a decision. You plant poison, you get the results of poison. You plant a corn, you have a good farm of corns, and then make a business out of it. That's very simple. Great. So let's continue. So as I said, these guys have been taught, have been listening. What they've been listening the most is what they've got from the destructor. The destructor have been that person who've been talking into their ears day, and night. When they go to school, when they go to work, when they go to college, or when they go to church, when they go to political retreats or whatsoever. I don't know what they call it, whatsoever. So what happens is that what they've listened the most can become the greatest curse or the greatest gift. I hope you get that. What you listen more of it, what you take more, will become a greatest gift or your greatest curse. It's you who decide. What do you want? What do you want? You want to keep on tuning into some TV shows which actually take your time and sell you things you don't even need, or you want to actually read a book and upgrade your standards? Okay, let me continue. When you take these three distractors and give them three individuals, these individuals can be their kids, can be their children. Oh, their kids, yes. They can be their kids, can be their friends, can be their neighbors, can be their students. And then we said, go teach them what you have learned. The actual thing you will find, these people have been sold to a false dream. They don't even know, they don't actually know. They think it's the best thing of what they've learned. They graduated, maybe they're getting that job, 9 to 5 thing, I don't want to go there because actually it's coming soon. I'll talk about that, like all that. Okay, and then what the results? The results is that is what we're gonna get. They're gonna breed what they've been listening to, and then when they breed it, it's unquestionable to a parent or a teacher or a pastor or a politician to actually correct them. It's unquestionable. You can't question them. Some of kind of words or things which you're actually having a critical thing about, you can't ask them. When you ask them, they no, not like that. You don't ask me that. Are you smarter than me? Do you think you're wise? I'm your father. I'm your teacher. I'm your pastor. You don't ask pastors such kind of things. You don't ask your father or your mother or your parents, actually, in short. Those kind of things. You don't ask me as a teacher. Me, I'm here to teach you. You listen to me. That's what is happening. Why is it like that? You don't ask me why is it like this. Just listen. Bear listen. Okay, then that's the results of what that person is gonna do when they go out in the universe meeting other people. They're gonna be a nightshade of poison. A nightshade of poison seed, and then they poison those 3 people. And then when those ones go out again, the same thing will actually repeat. And then one thing I can actually say of like multiply the reproduction of that thing or reprocess of that thing by 500 times, and then look what we'll get now. Look what we'll get. A vicious cycle of failed system beliefs. Why? This risk come in front of not knowing what you are doing. They don't know what they're doing. They've been told, they've been sold to a lie. They don't know what they're doing. They believe they do, but they don't know because they're not doing it in practical. They're just talking about it. I don't know what the good way of saying that. Maybe mumbling. Yeah, I can say they're mumbling about things which they've been taught, or the system want them to talk in that way. Okay, so what do we get from that if it's like that? The risk is when you the risk thing is when you're doing something you don't actually know what you're doing. Exactly. You can't drive a car if you don't know how to drive. So the reproduction will go like that. And you give those people 3 multiplication of that. I'm telling you, if you multiply that thing by 3 and you do again by 3 and you do again by 3, maybe 5 times or 10 times, they'll come to something like that. And when you times that by 500, the one I gave it to you, or let's exaggerate, this is 500, and multiply this by 100, what do we get? We get a vicious cycle of people in our society, in our country, in our workplace, who are doomed to what they believe to. That's just doomed. Okay, great. Let's move out. The prison with no Bastille. This is what is going to happen when they actually go out. They graduate, they get that new job. Great, congratulations. Now you're working, you can afford to buy your things now. Sorry. Then what's the next thing from that? The next thing is that these people have been caged in a jail, but the jail doesn't have cells. Why? Because money is not taught in school. And then you should ask that question, why is money not the subject in school? They don't teach money in school. They teach how to manage someone's money. Why don't you teach me how to manage my own funds? Because you're not doing it, so you can't teach me. Oh, great. Oh, and I see that coming. I saw that coming. Because you're not doing it, you can't teach me. That's why I can't talk about money. I can't ask why the rich become more richer, why the poor become more poor. I can't ask that question. It's forbidden to ask someone. Okay, great. So this is the thing. The edge of the prison has no steel bars, chains, and no locks. Instead, it is locked by misorientation and build of misinformation. This is a quote I took from the other book I'm currently reading. It's called Second Chance by Robert Kiyosaki. So this quote was quoted by Mr. Buckminster Fuller. Oh, I love this guy. Bucky. Dr. Fuller. Okay, great. Let me not go too much to that. Let's go to the next one. So the thing goes like this. And then they're working. Money is not taught in school. And the jail is there. The jail is a job. It's 9 to 5 job. It's a jail. You're gonna work to that for like 45 years, and then the only thing you actually get is a minimum wage, which means you can't actually move outside of the cage. You can't buy yourself out of that prison. You can't. It's actually hard until you actually think outside of your mind. I mean, think outside of the box, and then explore something else. And the problem is one: you actually get your money, or you get more money. You don't get rich, you get more money when you're old and sick. Oh, old and sick. Have you actually realized that depression is rising on the last 10 years, 15 years, close to 20? Actually, 2018 and 2017, 2018 it's been the worst, and the 2017 too, it was the worst with depression. Many people were getting depressed because they just resigned. They don't have a job again. They don't know what to do now. The actual thing is to think to how to make money. But how can you think if no one ever taught you in school how to make money? You get depressed. Oh, sorry. Or maybe you're sick, and then you spend all that money when you get it. The next thing, depressed. Do you know depression is the highest ranking thing which kills people nowadays? It's because of that. People get depressed when they don't have anything to do. People get depressed. And why do they get depressed? Because they don't have anything to do. Because they've never been taught how to do that. They've never been allowed to think about how can I make money without this system. Oh, I can go to the system and jump out. So I know how to write my name. I know how to read numbers, and I can actually learn how to speak some other foreign languages and become something of what I want to do, communicate with those people who have the same mindset, the same brain thing, and then same what will I call that, personalities and qualities, and then you become friends with them and create something new, just like the entrepreneur and the manager and the technician, who have all the creativity and all the personalities and qualities, and then they merged. You come with A, I come with B, someone come with C, and then we mix them. Wow, we have a soup. See, that's how actually things should, and then we eat. You come with porridge, I'll come with pap, someone will come with salt and water. See, we've got food on our table. Much better working together. But with the system, it's hard because money is not taught in school. Loyalty is not taught in school. Love is not taught in school. Okay, let's continue from that. So I would like to introduce to you the freedom. I'm getting close to the end of this. To the freedom. This is the freedom part. With the freedom is your device. The device you're watching this from, the device in front of you, maybe it's your laptop. You're watching from your laptop, maybe, I'm not sure. It's your freedom. You can learn as much as you want. You can download books, you can go to free websites, you can listen to podcasts, you can watch videos, download videos, anything. Communicate with people on your same mindset, anything you want. And from there, you've got opportunity on your hand. You can be thinking about money day and night. Even a dog can do that. So, like, this is funny. I like the picture. You can work at your comfort zone. You can work in your pajama. You don't need to work out. You can work at night. You can work during the day, and make that money. Make that money, because then you know how to, because you have researched. Actually, don't judge yourself. They said a T-Rex that the hands of a T-Rex doesn't actually have a job to do, that useless. Like, oh, look at that. Do I have useless hand? I think they were wrong. You have to be like that. I know you'll be like, Zanele, it requires skills here. It requires some knowledge. I'm pounding to you now that I'm going to create a lot of content, actually, more content, step by step, holding you by the hand to everything. Everything. Those hands, those T-Rex hands, they're going to work. I'm telling you, they're going to hear the keyboard. They're going to play a melody in your head. That melody in your head is going to be played by your hands. And then it's going to go out there, and you're going to sing into it. And people are going to love it. They're going to love it. I know, you'll be like, how long is it going to take? You know, you need to be resistant after all. You need to be resistant. And then we're going to learn. Is what I'm going to tell you now. We're going to learn. This is just the start point. There's a lot waiting for you. We're going to climb the mountains, go down through the mud, skate down the ices, everything, swim with the sharks. I'll hold your hand. I'll be my best at that. I'll try my best. I won't actually try. I'll be my best at that. I'm confident to that. So it's gonna be like that, and then hallelujah, if it happens, because the freedom is there, we know. So here's the knowledge to key. The knowledge is key. Sorry, the knowledge is key. So when you get the knowledge, which I'll give it to you, books to read, podcasts to listen to, all the information, websites to go and download things, everything, to the extent of you have to actually run your own thing on your phone, on your or on your on your device. I can say on your device with a laptop or phone or PC, anything. I'll hold your hand. I'm going to put down material stuff, which is going to help you to do this thing, to get this thing to work. As the best motivation, actually, like, you can never learn less. You can only learn more. What I've said today, it's something new you may have learned, and you're like, oh, I think I will forget that. No, you'll never forget that. And the best investment you can make is to invest in yourself. The more you learn, the more you earn. So why are they not earning, those people? Because they're not learning this thing which I'm going to teach you all about. So let's recap to that. They destruct your personalities. So what they do on your qualities, the destruction system. They teach you things you don't do in practical world. They don't actually do it. They jail you with a 9-to-5 job. They make you work for 45 years on a minimum wage. You have the power to break the chain by reinvesting in yourself. Learn your skills. Please. The material which I'm going to carry on this platform, take it into knowledge. It's going to help you very much. It's going to help you a lot. So thanks for watching this, and then I would like you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, check our blog, and you can send us an email if you like. We can communicate if you have more information, if you've got more other information about the same category or subject. Let's talk. Thank you so much. Peace.